Okay, let's begin. So the Lady Gaga palette comes in a box like this, and with it comes this card. It's a beautiful card, and in the back has something, like dedicated to, all the monsters, as she calls her fans, Lady Gaga. It says, "When I was young, I never felt beautiful, and as I struggled to find sense of both inner and outer beauty, I discovered the power of makeup. I remember watching my mother put her makeup on every morning, basking in the glow of her power to put on her baby's face as the hardworking woman she was. I then began to experiment with makeup as a way to make my dreams of being as strong as my mother become true. It was then that I invented Lady Gaga. I found the superhero within me by looking in the mirror and seeing who I wanted to be. Sometimes beauty doesn't come naturally from within, but I'm so grateful that makeup inspired a bravery in me I didn't know I had. I've become to accept that I discovered my beauty by having the ability to invent myself and transform. They said I was weird, but really, I was just born this way. Love, Lady Gaga." It's really empowering, very beautiful. I definitely will keep this and put it, like in a corner, maybe in my mirror or something. It is really beautiful. And the card is pretty dope too. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw me unboxing for the first time this palette, which means, yeah, I've seen it in front of me. It's gorgeous, but I wanted to put this back together for you guys to see this Stupid Love palette. I'm really happy so far. The packaging is gorgeous. It's very heavy. It's pretty, it doesn't feel cheap. And the palette inside looks like this. It has a little clear Gaga picture, and here are the colors. When I saw this palette online, and I totally fell in love with it. I love the orangey colors, and even though blue during a huge amount of time was a very challenging color for me. I felt that I wouldn't look good in blue and things like that. I started trying it and giving it a chance, and then boom, I just fell in love with blue. So this was perfect for me, honestly. And then on top of everything, it's a limited edition. I've been a Gaga fan since she started, putting her music out and everything. So I wanted to have something from her, even though it was just, just a little palette. But being makeup, which is one of my passions, and then, her making makeup, well, I needed to have it. So we're gonna play with it today as we talk and have a little chat. So let's get into it. So I'm ready to start. I'm gonna put my hair back as part of my ritual, and let's do this. I have my OJ here, which I love. So let's get into it. So the first product I like to use is the Milk Cooling Water. If you are bilingual or just curious about my videos, probably you saw this in my unboxing for the Sephora stuff that I did a couple of weeks ago. I became obsessed with this thing. First of all, my skin is combination, but combo to dry. So I have a lot of dry patches around this area. Here sometimes I get a little bit even oily, maybe in the T-zone mostly, but all this part here for me gets super dry, and this thing works just magic. It's more like I guess you could say it's kind of like a moisturizer, definitely a skincare product, and it's just going to feel like heaven in your skin. Honestly, this thing, the minute I tried it, I felt I don't know, if I was actually putting cold water in my face. It's amazing. I totally recommend this, and it works for every type of skin. Because let me tell you something, the fact that you're oily, if you're oily, doesn't mean that your skin is hydrated. It just means that your skin is creating extra oil to compensate the fact that you actually need hydration in your skin. So this thing is going to work for you as well. I love it. I definitely have to stop because I don't It's just amazing. One of my friends likes to put it in the fridge for like the extra cooling effect. I don't care. I just put it here in my with my makeup stuff. And that second step that I like to do when I'm doing my makeup is brows. My go-to product is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Deep Brow Pomade in dark brown. So I draw a line under, right in the line where the hair starts growing, and then in the upper line, and then I fill it in. I do get a little bit messy with my brows sometimes, but I don't pay attention much because anyways I'm gonna clean them up with my concealer, so it's alright. Next, I like to grab a flat brush and my concealer. The one I use is the Shape Tape by Tarte in the shade Light Medium. And I love this concealer. I think I can still say this is my favorite concealer ever. For me, having, well, combination skin with a lot of like, I have the dry under eye and then oily lids, all crazy. It's very versatile, I love it. So what I do is that with the flat brush, I pretty much like clean out all the edges of my brow. And I use it that way because I like to use my concealer as an eye base as well. I've been wanting to get into the eye base stuff, but honestly, I mean, let's be honest, makeup products are not cheap at all these days. Not even the drugstore is cheap anymore. So adding another product right now for me personally, not for my clients, but for me personally, it's completely not necessary, especially if you have a concealer that is so versatile. Because not only Shape Tape does this, you know, work as a eye base, several concealers are there do the same job. So why would you spend more money in a different product when, you know, you can use this and it will give you amazing results too. I mean, that's me, that I'm pretty much on a budget, but if you're not on a budget, hey girl, go ahead and enjoy it. To prep my lids, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I love this one. It's really affordable. It's like $8.99 or something like that. And it leaves you like very, I guess you could say, velvety texture once you apply it. It doesn't like super dry out the area, and it blends so beautifully. With my lids all prepped, now I'm going to jump into the eyeshadow palette. I usually like to prep my eyes first and work on my eyeshadow, and then do foundation, concealer, and the rest of the stuff, because we don't know, especially if it's a palette that we never used before, we never know if it's gonna have some fallout or how it's going to be. And if you have, let's face it, if you have concealer or foundation in your skin, is going to be ruined by it, because even though you can kind of like swipe it out, some of them are really messy, so I'd rather not. So let's begin with this cutie. So I'm gonna grab a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to start by applying Plastic Doll, which is this beautiful pink right here, and I'm going to put it all over my crease. Okay, she is a little powdery. Well, not a little. I have already like eyeshadow here, and it's powdery in the pan. So I'm glad I didn't do my face before. So far, the eyeshadows are blending pretty well. This one is a very nice, like baby pink type of eyeshadow. And I'm not a pink eyeshadow type of girl, but this one is very pretty. Maybe I can take I don't know what to do now with like what color. Like I really want to make the whole look about, because the purples are, the blues are beautiful, but then this one here is so pretty too. Nah, I'll definitely go with the purples, blues. So yeah, let's jump into the to the blues. So I'm gonna start with the darkest blue right here, which is called Sign. I hope I'm saying it wrong. I'm saying it right. Sign, S-I-N-E. You know, makeup with a Cuban accent. Bear with me. So, and I'm going to apply it right. Ooh! Oh, wow. Girl, you're pigmented. Like, pigmented. So pretty. I'm so happy because usually matte colors are a little bit hard, and yeah, it does have like fallout. A little bigger blending brush for this. Now I'm going to grab another brush. This one is also a fluffy brush, but it's kind of like kind of flat, not as round as the other ones. And I'm going to grab this blue right here. It's called Peace, and I'm going to apply it here in the inner part of the lid. And I'm leaving that space in the middle because I want to grab one of these beautiful metallic pigments, and I want to like put it like right there in the middle. But I need to blend this out here better. So the two shades can be there. It has a lot of fallout. Look. So I think I'm gonna grab Alice, which is kind of like a grayish. I know it looks kind of gray on camera, but it's almost like a blue grayish type of pigment. And with my finger, I'm going to apply it like in the middle. Wow. So now I'm going to clean the fallout in this area, and I'll be right back. I feel like I could do more with those shadows. Let me see, like, I'm going to grab another fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna grab this color here. It's called Enigma, which is a lighter blue. And I'm going to put it up here. I'm gonna try to blend it out. And something really interesting just happened, and it's that, I don't know if you guys see it, I hope you do. Like the pigment just went up here, but then it didn't stay in this area. It's kind of weird, right? But still, the stain is right there. It's so... I don't don't know. Why is this blue not blending at all? However, I do like the change here, the pink and the greenish blue and then the blue. I do like that, but I cannot deny that I had to like really work it because for some reason that area there didn't blend properly. I'm gonna tell you guys, the palette is extremely powdery. Like, it's been hard for me to work with it, even though like I had, like for example, Anastasia's palettes usually are very powdery, but they blend so well, so easily, and this is giving me a hard time. You see, it's like it moves the pigment, and not even, let's not even talk about the fallout here. It's like the pigment keeps moving instead of blending. Ugh, I am so bothered. Like, I was so excited to show you guys this palette and do a video, like a special video with my English speaking friends, and this has been a total disaster. I've been having to pack constantly that eyeshadow, and then when I try to blend it, it just moves around. It doesn't blend. And let me tell you something, this palette was freaking expensive. This was not one of the cheapest palettes. And it's not my brushes, it's not nothing. These are the same brushes that I use with my other palettes. I have to clean this up because this is really bothering me. What the? Oh my god, this is like how bad the fallout on this palette. Like, it was my fingers and now it's in my lips. Like, okay, so I'm gonna leave my lids to rest a little, and I'm gonna start actually prepping my face. As a primer, I'm gonna use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It is amazing. I'm gonna go for the Photo Focus foundation from Wet n Wild. This one is one of those that comes with a little palette. It's really nice. I usually don't like to put it this way, but for some reason now I'm kind of like getting used to it. And now to set my under eye area, because I really need to set it usually, I'm going to use again the Fit Me powder by Maybelline, the loose powder, with a little brush, and I'm just going to pass it close to the lash line so it doesn't dry out all my under eye areas. Just sets that part over there that needs to be set. Now I'm going to use this eye pencil by NYX, and the shade is called Satin Blue. I'm gonna put it all in the waterline, and I'm gonna take it out here a little bit, just a little bit out, and I'm gonna smudge it so I can then use the eyeshadows. And I'm going to now use a eyeshadow brush, but one of those flat ones, and I'm going to dive into Enigma, the lightest shade, and I'm gonna try to blend that blue out. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean the same brush since I used the lightest shade of the blue. And I'm going to use it to dive into Light It Up, which is actually a silvery metallic shade. I think I'm gonna use it to put here in the inner part of the eye. Okay, that's pretty. It is looking pretty. You know what? Just for the hell of it, since this thing has been a complete disappointment, I'm gonna grab a fluff brush, just like that one, and I'm gonna put it in Alice, which is that metallic shade that I use in the middle of my eye, and I wanna see how it works with the brush. Yeah, it works nice. I still have my, I don't know. I can still see a patch. Oh. So I'm going to do a highlighter, like an actual highlighter in the arch of my brow. And I'm gonna use this one by Ofra. This one is Star Island. And I'm going to put it in the arch. Maybe that will help me to cover the patch. Yeah, I think it helped a little. I'm going to use my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. It is an amazing mascara, to be honest. I've been wearing it for like, what, 4 years now. I just repurchase and repurchase and repurchase. It works my lashes so beautifully. My lashes are not, you know, super long or super curled. They're actually like pretty straight, and this mascara works magic. Okay, now as bronzer, I'm gonna use my favorite bronzer for Bobbi Brown, which is the Golden Light shade, and I love it so much that it already has hit pan, so I have to get myself a new one. But this shade is so pretty. And I put a little bit here in my neck because I don't like to bring my foundation down, because usually what it does is that it stains your clothing. So as a blush, I'm going to be using this one by Milani. It's called Tea Rose, and I love it. This blush, it's so pretty, and I love it that they have like this, you know, like texture, and it makes it look so beautiful, so classy. For highlighter, I'm gonna use the same one that I use in my arch. Okay, so now I only have lips left, and I've been forcing myself to use like actual lipsticks, not just the liquid lipstick, but actual like lipstick in a bar. I'm going to use from KVD Vegan Beauty. This one is even new. Like, can you believe I had this lipstick and it's freaking new? This one is called Poe, and I love the lipsticks. I don't think they do the engraving in the lipstick anymore, since Kat is not in the brand. Let's go for it. Okay guys, this is the final look. I cannot deny that I'm a little bit disappointed on how that blue sign behaved. I don't want to give up. I don't want to like just like throw it in a corner because, oh my god, it didn't work fine this time. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes even our mood affects the way we work with makeup. I want to keep trying looks with this palette. So I'm gonna say, if you were thinking about like making an effort, like if you're on a budget and you're kind of tight, especially now, and you were thinking about this palette, I'll say go for another one. this is it for today. This is my very first video in English. I hope you guys like it. If you have any suggestions on how maybe I should have used the palette, how to use the pigments or anything, please leave it in the comments down below. I will really appreciate your honesty and your feedback on this video. And well, that's pretty much it. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Lily. And if you like the video, please subscribe, hit the bell so YouTube can let you know when I upload videos. Usually it's Tuesdays and Saturdays, so just, you know, stick around. We're gonna have fun together. So that's it, guys. That's it.